Welcome to this VK100.01P replay here on the new Glacier map, and we've got the pleasure of watching UnBannMee actually playing this VK. And the VK is the inverted finger quotes new tier 8 German heavy tank. It's the new line that came way later than the Tiger 2 line. But it is a really solid super heavy line. The only problem is that especially the mouse, it has got too much armor nowadays and too good gun handling. And even this tank, I mean, it's funny because 2 years ago Wargaming was looking at, or 2 or 3 years ago Wargaming was looking at introducing these tanks into the game, and they did a lot of tests on their test server. And they concluded that this tank was bad for general gameplay, or this new line was bad for general gameplay, and that they wouldn't introduce it into the game because it basically brought nothing good to the game. And then suddenly a year later they actually introduced this line into the game because I guess their greed got the better of them and they just wanted the money. So they wanted people to free XP these tanks, and they wanted people to just shoot more premium ammo, basically, to drain their credit reserves faster. And because the problem is with the whole personal mission campaign and all the stuff they've been running, they've basically been hugely inflating the in-game market in terms of credits. I mean, everyone's got more than enough credits nowadays if you just do missions that pop up. So they shot themselves into the foot by inflating the game with so many credits, and now they needed to make a system for people to lose all these credits again, so they would see a point in grinding again, buying premium tanks and premium accounts. So then they just started upping all the armor of heavy tanks so that people would start to shoot more premium ammo, and premium ammo became more and more compulsory actually in the game. And thus people drain their reserves faster, they lose credits, and you get a new balance. But the problem was the huge inflation of credits, which was one problem, and then they tried to solve it by introducing another problem, which is making premium ammo compulsory. I mean, it's just fighting problems with problems. It's not really that good. And it's a little bit like UnBannMee is doing here, fighting problems with problems, because the IS-3 is actually shooting his weak spot, because he's just driving in the middle of the open with his heavy tank. So it's not really the best play, I would say, in this heavy tank. I would personally have side scraped. I know that the enemy can shoot you from behind that rock, but he lost all his HP. The thing is, he is relatively safe here now as long as that VK is there catching all the shots, but yeah, it's a risky play. I mean, this was hyper aggressive and he got lucky that it paid off. But yeah, I mean, the IS-3 didn't load the premium ammo, he just shot him in the weak spot. I can see why UnBannMee loaded the premium ammo here, because it's quite a little bit of a clutch fight. He's up against multiple enemies, and yeah, he is bouncing though. So putting some nice shots into this VK. Premium ammo is no longer necessary. It was really a little bit necessary earlier on in the fight when the odds were pretty stacked against them, but now it's not really needed anymore. And now the enemy force shows up, and this, I swear to God, this is the worst Force 155 driver I have ever seen. First bounce, second bounce. I mean, how in a Force 155 do you not kill a one-shot VK101 that's showing his weak spot to you? I mean, he's got 289 pen. I think he can shoot the front of the turret and still go through. Why would you not shoot the lower plate weak spot? I mean, he had the shot easily. Yeah, so that was a little bit lucky for UnBannMee. He is still farming the damage though, and he's blocked 2.7k. But yeah, with a force like that, that's really not that much of a huge issue. But then again, I mean, he held on so far. He bounced most of that damage on being a one-shot, so in the end he made use of his armor. But yeah, I would have handled that situation slightly differently. Myself, I am grinding towards this tank actually. I am grinding the Tiger P at the moment. I was grinding other tier 7s. I did finish the grind on the IS to get the ISM. After that I finished the grind on the Emily 45 and I got the AMX 65T now. And Tiger P is actually next, together with... What else am I grinding? There's one other tank I want, tier 8. I'll probably pops in my mind later on, but yeah, I was grinding 4 tier 7 tanks at the same time. I finished 2 now, so yeah, now it's the Tiger P, and the Tiger P, it's good, but it could use some love, I think. But it's not as bad as the Emily 45 was. The Emily 45 is a horrible tank. It's a garbage machine, I really can't see. And now actually, it's funny because now in the patch notes, Wargaming is actually buffing it in the new patch. They didn't say anything and now they're buffing it just after I finished the grind. So yeah, GG. Just like this game, it was a really good GG. So let's take a look at the results. So here we go, ace tanker obviously, but he also managed to get a Spartan for blocking most of his damage on a one shot. He managed to get steel wall and high caliber in this match. Combined total base XP of 1541, which is really quite solid for a tier 8 tank in a tier 10 match. He managed to do 5k damage himself. His platoon did really solidly as well. This 705 did really well until he basically got outflanked. The rest of his team was a little bit shit. 15 shots fired, 13 hits, 13 pans. Most of that was premium ammo, so that was always going to pan, and most of that premium ammo was pretty unnecessary as well, especially after the IS-3 was taken out. But still, I think he just forgot to press that 1 key while playing. So 5k damage done, 2.7k blocked by armor and a little bit of spotting. He lost money because he was shooting premium ammo unnecessarily, but still, it does show that the VK can definitely bounce shots if you angle it correctly and if you play it correctly. He was hyper aggressive, he lost most of his HP, and then afterwards he started playing with a brain. But I guess that happens for a lot of players. I make this mistake as well. Actually, I have my best matches being on a one shot the whole match for some reason, because you have to be more careful and you play aggressive yet be careful at the same time, which is the ideal combo to actually play this game. But yeah, really solid match. I hope you did enjoy the replay. If you did, feel free to rate it, subscribe to the channel, and see you guys next time.